G'day friends and fans, welcome to Dave Talk Stuff. Anger. Am I right? Every day, millions of women are angry. And they keep each other angry. They create podcasts to keep each other angry. They make TikToks to keep each other angry. Women are always angry. Millions of men finally see through the truth and have had enough.
Every day for the past 30 years, you high-heeled pit bulls have blamed us for everything. From not being able to get into Harvard to not being able to get into stretch pants.
Their rage towards men, this often makes men angry, and they'll say, well, what if it was the other way around? What if I said I hate women? And my response to this is that I do not think those two things are comparable in the slightest. And if that doesn't feel obvious, let me explain why. When men say they hate women, there is an inevitable threat of danger and violence towards them that simply does not exist the other way around.
She is justifying women's anger and women's double standard in one go. And you can see how calm, collected she is. She seems perfectly fine, perfectly natural. Of course, she's advertising her tits, but she's also advertising the fact that she's a complete narcissist and sociopath to find a rich narcissist and sociopath to take care of little titty girl here. If I was a rich man, would you want little titty girl here?
Shut up!
Emotional, damn it!
And this guy be like,
you know what? I'm happy.
but this is the truth about women's anger, and we'll get to that. And once you understand it, you'll be glad you're not him, because you would have just let her go, and you would be in the right. He's in the wrong.
Over every little thing, a tone, a text, the way you looked at her, and you think it's nothing, just drama, just temporary stress, but no, she's using that to control you. Arguments equal attention. She knows that when she pushes hard enough, you'll fold. You'll chase, apologize, explain yourself, even when you did nothing wrong, and that gives her a sense of power. Think about the pattern. She starts an argument, you spend hours or days proving your side, giving her your undivided attention. And after, you're relieved that it's over, and she feels reassured. But really, the cycle just resets. At that point, it's no longer about resolving problems. She has learned that starting an argument with you is the fastest way for her to center herself in your life. Think that if you just explain yourself better, she'll stop. But this type of argument is about leverage. And the more you try to win that argument, the less ground you'll have to stand on. Stop telling yourself that she's just passionate or fiery. She's manipulating you. If you keep feeding this cycle, you'll never have peace. Just an endless loop where her drama runs the entire relationship and eventually your life. She starts fights
over every little thing. And do you know how you honestly should deal with it? That's right, you kick her out.
a huge problem recently. I've realized that you men have dealt with it your entire life. Communicating with women is fucking impossible. Here's the problem. You can't be honest with them. One thing I've learned from studying men is that you guys are often very honest with one another. At least amongst yourselves, you say what needs to be said rather than what someone wants to hear. And that's because it's also what you would want to hear. But women cannot handle the truth. The truth often sends women into an absolute frenzy because the truth can often be offensive and our first reaction is always emotional. I've experienced this firsthand. My friends ask me for advice all the time, and I've never felt more like a girl than when I'm scared shitless to tell them that they might be the problem. I know it's what they need to hear, but because I know how much it would hurt me to hear that, I hesitate to say it. And I don't think men struggle with this as much. So what's the lesson for men? Be aware of this reality, but do not sacrifice your honesty. Even though women are offended by it, it's still the best thing for them in the grand scheme. A good woman will appreciate honesty, even if not immediately. I know I...
Now, what you're doing is you're getting rid of them. Be honest. Be as brutally honest as you can be. In every dealing with women, you'll drive them away. When they can't create drama, they're gone. Of course, we know what happens in most workplaces. Oh, James mean to me, and my 30 friends will back me up because they learn in high school the power of democracy, which is the power of oppression. Okay, democracy equals oppression, right? It is the mob enforcing its will on everyone else, being the loudest, angriest mob. And they learn this in school very quickly when the teacher says, okay, put up your hand if little Jimmy's been a naughty boy. And they'll put up their hand just to see you get spanked by the teacher. Although these days, it's just the dunce cap in the corner and everybody gets to point and laugh at you while the teacher berates you over your toxic masculinity. Either way, all women want to do is...
You was crying like a pussy. Yeah.
I'm telling you, women are addicted to anger, and they're not sad when they cry. They have reached relief when they cry. They cry because finally all the anger that they built up is gone, and they can go, wow. Oh, because they love to cry. They love it. They're addicted to it. That's why they watch crappy movies. And they even tell you in crappy movies, oh, let's go watch a crappy movie to cry. Yay! But here's the reality.
For a man is when he tries to have a real conversation with a woman about her behavior that hurts him every day. And instead of listening, she gets defensive. She gets angry. She flips it back on him. Suddenly, he's not expressing pain. He's starting drama. He just...
Deny, attack, reverse victimhood, offender. She is just reverse victimhood on him. She's denied him, right? She's cut him off, right? She does, and now she's making herself the victim of his toxic masculinity. When all he wanted was just to be heard.
Wanted to be heard. He just wanted to feel understood. But instead, he's made to feel like he's the problem for even speaking up. So he starts questioning himself. He starts holding things in. Not because he doesn't care, but because he's tired of being punished for honesty. Men don't always need to be fixed. Sometimes they just need to feel safe. He needs love, not lectures. Empathy, not ego. Softness, not superiority. Because the truth is, once a man feels unheard for too long, he stops trying. And when a man stops trying, he's already halfway gone. When he's done for good.
It even says in the Bible, when you deny a man. Women do this though. And men took away the law of provocation so rich men could get richer. So lawyers, and it all started with the French Revolution and the Jacobin movement, which was the birth of the socialist movement in the West. Although socialism had already existed in many forms, and that's the thing, isn't it? When you take out all that is good, if you take out all... Why do they call it the right wing? Because it is... Not because it's on the right side, it's on the right side of history, right? Where did that come from? When you take out everything that is bad, you're left with honesty, and virtue, other virtues. So it's everything that is right, everything as in correct, as in that is where the right wing came from. There was no left wing. It's a creation, a modern era. It is everything when you take out all the good, it is what's left. Has nothing to do with charts and organizations. You have been gaslit by women, by simple jacks who want the world to be a graph, a pigeonhole, so they can say, man, toxic. If he doesn't listen to me, toxic. If he doesn't listen to me, I can verbally berate him. And then tell you that your words are violence. Because that's what they're doing. They are projecting themselves onto you. Because they cannot hurt you physically, they hurt you emotionally. And you have been gutted by the liberal establishment in free speech, and you can't use oppression. Yet the state oppresses you. The violence belongs to the state. So the worst men rise into the state. And that is why we have bad governments. When we do not have brutal honesty in society, we have bad governments. And that is the decline of civilization. And it all started with the backhand. Without the ability to backhand a woman, civilization really has gone to the cows. And most men for the last 75 years have been,
You know what? I'm happy.
well, okay, boomer, no more. MGTOW. Hashtag MGTOW. Hashtag no more. Thank you all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please support the channel. You can support the channel on Ko-Fi, Patreon, buy my books, buy my merch. All my links are in the link tree, description below, in my profile, or scan the QR code on the screen. I appreciate each and every one of you. See you in the next video, and bye for now.